Hey guys, so this is Icarus. I have an update on a video for you guys. Just last night I posted a review on the previous week's Supreme drop, and then I'm going to go ahead and talk about today and what happened with the Buju Banton, the coffee maker, the Supreme Bialetti Mocha Express, and other things. And I'm going to show you a little bit how to go through logs. If you ever want to find out what happened and how stuff went down for you. So here's kind of what I did last night. Right after I made the video for you guys, I set up a bunch of stuff for Yeezys. I had stuff for the DSML. DSML, I was not able to cop. I came really close, I think. I had over 9 carts right away off of the instant drop. I had it set up early because I think they released an hour early. And then the 6 o'clock drop came. I carted a crap load too. Unfortunately, I didn't check out. But that's okay. Not too upset about it because I know the supply on DSML was really low. So the next drop was Supreme, and I had set up for Supreme. And I went ahead and did a few things which I think is kind of cool. First of all, I set up profiles that had significantly different shipping and billing addresses. So I'm going to Miami for vacation. I'm going to go out. Maybe I'll visit some of the stores when I'm there. So I want stuff shipped there while I'm there, but I'm not even in the state of Florida. Well, guess what? Those profiles worked, so I think that's really cool. The other update is the Citibank virtual cards continue to work with Eve. I didn't have any problems checking out there. The setup that I had a delay of 1500 milliseconds and a retry of 400 milliseconds with both local IP and residential proxies. I copped equally through both. So let's see this is what I copped. So I screwed up. I didn't put negative words on Buju Banton, so I ended up 2 of these. That's okay. It's not a huge loss. I got 3 of the coffee makers. I got 5 of the Buju Bantons, and I put color order, and the color order hit. Unfortunately, I wasn't around for the restock. I have set up for restock now. It's way too late. I didn't get home till like 6:30 Eastern. So that was bummer. But the cool thing about this is I was not at home. So like I said, I didn't run this from the server. I used Chai proxies. I used local IP. I used my home internet, and I was able to cop just fine. So just reiterate, you don't necessarily need servers and high speed internet to really cop. I think I did okay. If you look on Eve's Twitter, the success is insane. Look at all these checkouts. I believe some of the numbers are Eve had over 6,000 checkouts. Cyber's claiming 14,000 checkouts. How many of those stick? I don't know. If your stuff is jigged up right, you should be able to get all of your orders. Different addresses, different emails, different purchase cards, and you should be okay. But you can see tons and tons of success. And what's the lessons learned? Continue to run the standard default Eve setup. It's working really well right now. What does one look like? So we'll just define one here. So Supreme, you can do, you would pick a testing profile proxy list. Picking none does your local IP. You don't have to put anything there. You would just go to Supreme. Keywords worked really well, except you have to put I'd had Buju Banton. I should have had negative keyword awake. I messed up there. I went to t-shirts. Had that set up. I had browserless. I did not run the browser mode. Browserless worked fine. In the past, I think a lot of people are saying to run this. browserless is working. Fantastic. Standard credit card payment. Went to general. I had down to 1500 to 2000 milliseconds. Sorry. Yeah, no, so this was 400 to 600. And then down here, I had 1500 to 2000. So this is a setup that I ran. I didn't do a price check. Maybe that would have helped. It doesn't really care. I'm pretty happy with the outcomes. And that's it. I did run some multi-cart tasks. None of those multi-carts actually hit, unfortunately. Kind of a bummer. I know that they've been working on it, and some people have had success with multi-cart. Multi-cart, if you don't know, what you would do is you would select a parent task here. And when you set your parent task, it will try to add an item to the cart of this task. So I would normally have like a parent, or I'd like label it parent, and then this one I would tag it. Very similar to watch tasks. All right, so that's the setup. This is what I did. It worked really well. Yeah. I hope you guys got something this week. But I want to end the video going over something. Might be a little bit boring to some of you guys, but if you are a little bit of a nerd like I am, you may want to find out what happened. So, for example, I was out of the house. I came home. I wanted to see how things go down, especially if things failed. I want to show you logs. So, if you go to Eve, so this is my location. You'll see a logs folder. What I do is I go to the timestamp. So let's close this. So if I'm going to find a log, I know that the drop happened at 11. So I'm going to find the log that is the first log that occurred after 11 o'clock. So that's going to contain my information. So I'm going to go to edit with Notepad++. This is a great little program. It's free. And then you're going to scroll down. So here's the time. You can see my watch tasks for Easy Supply that I've just left running. Here we go. So 11 o'clock. Let's go up to 11. And we're going to just start kind of scrolling down. Like I want to see what happened. So maybe I want to grab... so here's something really cool. When you're looking at a log, let me show you what you have. Here's your timestamp of the item, or of the entry of the log. This is the name of the task. So if you're good about naming your tasks, this is helpful. I'm really crappy about it, so this doesn't always help me. But then you can grab this key, and this ID is the ID of the task. And you have tons of tasks on here, but what you can do is if you want to follow how this task went, you can go copy, and then just go to find, and put that there. It's actually already grabbed it. And then just go to find next, and it'll scroll down the log. So 11:01, it didn't find anything, or checking stock. Oh, there it goes. It added a medium. Air adding to cart. So this wasn't able to add a cart. Extra large, project out of stock. So this task failed. Carting successful, checking out. Oh, waiting for CAPTCHA. And it failed. So that didn't work. The other thing you can do is, like, let's say you want to look out, check out success. So there's that checkout successful. So what we're going to do is let's grab this ID. Let's scroll to the top up here, and we're going to put the ID here. We're going to find next. So 10:59. So I had this scheduled to that's another thing that I did. I'd schedule my tasks. This started at, you can see at 59:40, so 40 seconds or 20 seconds left. And you can see the progress of this. Nothing. So 52 is going, 59:58, still nothing. 11:0. Okay, so here it's finally hit 11:01. Nothing. 5 seconds in. 12 seconds in. 24 seconds in. It finally found something. Adding to cart. So you can see all my other tasks start hitting. Adding to cart. So I'm assuming this is really when the item got dropped 24 seconds into things. Carting successful. Checking out. Waiting for CAPTCHA. So here's so this is pretty cool. So it was at 24 seconds when I picked it up. At 25 seconds, it's waiting for CAPTCHA. Submitting order. So remember, we put a 1500 milliseconds, so there's a little delay. And you see that one from 25 to 28. Waiting for order. And there's a success. All right. So I think that's pretty cool. This is how I personally try to find what things went bad or what things went well, so you know how the drop went, so you learn a little about it. So here, what did we learn just by looking at this? I haven't looked at the logs yet. I found that the drop happened 24 seconds after. Didn't happen right at the time. So when you're setting your refresh rates, just think about the variability. It was 24 seconds. The other day, it was last week. It was 2 minutes. So give yourself that when you're setting up tasks. Learn from that. That means that it's not always going to happen right at 11. It can happen several minutes before or after. So don't schedule all your jobs to be 40 seconds. Some of my tasks I actually had kicked off several minutes before the drop. That would catch that one off. So you want to spread your tasks around. Let's find another checkout. Success. I want to find one with BLED. Actually, let's go ahead and so look at this is 1 minute after. Actually, let's find out when did my first successful checkout occur. Let's find that out. So we're going to go to the top. I'm hoping you find this a little interesting. If not, I'm sorry. This is just trying to find different things that I think help you learn from your drop. So here, my first success happened 57 seconds into the drop. So we know that, and it was a t-shirt. We know that it dropped 24 seconds into it. So it took about half a minute to check out. My next one was at 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. So all of these checked out all at the same time here. So 1 minute in, and there's another one. 14 seconds in. This was the coffee. So using the residential proxies. So let's find out. So let's grab this. Let's find out when the coffee dropped. Coffee maker dropped. I'm gonna find next. Task in it. So this happened. See, this one I kicked off 3 seconds before the drop. So right at the drop. Checking stock availability. 12 seconds in. Adding to cart. So 12 seconds into the drop. So this dropped before the shirt and checked out after the shirt. Let's see. Carting successful. Checking out. Waiting for CAPTCHA. Submitting order. So it's submitted at 26. Let's see. Waiting for order. 10 seconds. It's still waiting for order. And a minute. It took that long to check out. That's interesting. So that has nothing to do with your bot. That is just you relying on the server and being behind the 8-ball on the traffic. And look at the variability. So this checked out after and it carted before the t-shirt. Shows a little bit about the luck that goes on. So, all right. I won't bore you a little bit too much with the text. That's what we got. We'll see what these next drops do. Just remember, keep running Eve against Supreme. Seems to be doing pretty well. Use the use the Eve recommendations. That's working fairly well as well. And just a reminder from last video, browser mode when you're running Shopify, really good. All right, if you want to see anything else, let me know. I hope you find this not too boring, a little informational, and teach you a little bit how to go through logs and learn how a drop happened. All right, thanks guys.